Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, Mr. Dudes Are We? Okay, so right now I have a very special guest, a very smart, beautiful, and articulate, queen. She is actually the reigning Puteri Indonesia Banten 2022. Let's welcome Chrissy Fransisca Rugian.
Hi, Sir Dudes.
Hi,
Thank you for
Chris.
having me.
Hi, Chrissy.
Thank you
I'm
so
so
much.
interested to know about your journey to Putri, Indonesia. Okay, Banten. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Could you please tell something about your family? Okay, how many siblings do you have? What do your parents do for a living? Things like that. Mhm.
Yep, sure. Thank you so much, Sir Dudes, for having me, especially on your YouTube channel. So, my family has always been the core of my life. And as the eldest of three, I have two brothers, and they are still at school. Well, actually, my first brother is still at school, and the second one is still at home because he's quite special.
Mhm.
He is in hard of hearing and hard of speaking, but we believe that God has prepared something big for him, so we are supporting him for that. And actually, right now, my mother and I are having a long distance relationship right now because she's currently working in the embassy of Indonesia in Thailand,
Thailand.
and my father is here. So as a family, we're having this long distance relationship, but actually, it grows our bond to make us more stronger.
Okay. Chrissy, I heard you studied abroad. Okay. So could you please enlighten us about that? Could you please elaborate on that? What degree have you finished? Are you still currently studying what? Mm.
Yep. So I just recently graduated from my master's degree in biochemical engineering from University College London. And as what the university name, it is located in London, which is United Kingdom. So studying abroad has been a dream of mine since I was in high school or junior high, because I believe that studying abroad provides us an opportunity not only to learn abroad, but also to grow our experience and learning about new culture, people, and also to earn this global mindset so that when we go back home, we could apply them. So, yeah, with biochemical engineering, I study a lot, especially what is timely and relevant right now regarding the vaccine of COVID-19. So, that was actually what my final design project is about. And yeah, I look forward to apply it hopefully in the near future after Putri Indonesia.
Mhm. Okay, so your course is, a rare course. I mean, not everybody, it's not a popular course actually, right? What made you decide to embark on that kind of, course?
Okay. So I had my bachelor's degree in chemistry. And at that time, I had my research regarding like I think I could mention it as a compound that is dangerous for human if it is exposed to us, and it is located in bioplastic. I think if you've heard before, BPA free,
Mhm.
located in such as maybe plastics
Mhm.
or maybe in containers, food containers or drink containers. So
Mhm.
that's actually what I learned about and what I did my research on. And at that time, I actually want to learn about bioplastics so that we could have plastic, but not with those harmful chemicals. So
Mhm.
actually, that's why I want to learn more in biochemical engineering. But at that time, the research on the department, all everything was shifted into the COVID-19 vaccine
Mhm.
research because of what happened, because of the pandemic itself. So that's why I think, although the plans have changed, I think that that's what made my research more timely because it is relevant to what we're facing right now.
Mhm. So are you saying, Chrissy, that the plastic bottles that we are using, like aqua, frozen, and all, what can you say about that? Are they safe? Because I am used to drinking with that.
Yeah, I think as long as usually if you found the label of BPA free, well, we could actually be certain, and it is safe, that it is free from BPA or bisphenol A. But I think what we have right now that are already distributed, I could ensure that it is already safe because it is already regulated by the agency. So yeah, Sir Deuce, I think it's okay if you
Okay.
could yeah,
Because I was so
continue.
worried when you were saying
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
plastic.
Yeah, yeah. But
Okay.
on the other side, I think we could also do our part in reducing our consumption on plastic bottles. I mean, maybe it's quite difficult, but if we're consistent with it, I think, yeah, we could go zero plastic on the next few years, maybe.
Mhm. So you mentioned, Prissy, that you were working on, the research when the pandemic, hits us, no?
Mhm.
So does that mean that you're still really studying during the pandemic? Mm.
Yeah, of course, you do. So actually, I went to London during March 2021.
Mhm.
So it was actually when the time it was quite safe to travel. But yeah, I think we just started vaccination at that time, but it's only for the medical workers.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
actually, at that time, I was studying during the pandemic, and at that time, we know that there is a demand for this COVID-19 vaccine. And actually, yeah, it was quite an experience because we are racing with time to produce the certain vaccine and to also learn what kind of regulations or distribution methods that we could apply to accelerate the distribution of the vaccine around the world.
Wow. Okay. So, during the height of the pandemic, no, you were in the UK. So, how was the situation there as compared to the situation in Indonesia? Because I'm very sure you're aware of what's happening here, through your families and friends. So, comparing the two, I mean, is there any difference at all? Mm.
Yeah, sure, Sir Dudes. I think what we have in Indonesia right now, we could see that there are more strict regulations regarding the usage of masks. But in the UK at that time, I think we were allowed to, if we're not using masks outside, but indoors, we should wear our masks. So I think there are some difference regarding the regulations.
Mhm.
But yeah, at that time, since we haven't started vaccination yet, we have to do a strict health protocols as well. And I think that has been done in both countries.
So you just finished your master's, right?
Yep.
Mm. Wow, amazing. How old are you right now, Chrissy?
I'm 24 years old and
Oh, very
Chrissy
young.
25.
Very
Age
young
is just a number.
so can we call you now Dr. Chrissy?
Oh no, I haven't started yet, but certainly in the near future, and yes, after Puteri Indonesia, I am considering to take the PhD as well. But yeah,
Okay.
again, I just really want to work to
Yeah.
make sure that the major that I want to take in the PhD could
Mm.
also be really useful and again timely and relevant.
Yeah, it's very clear that you are a very, a smart lady, right?
Oh, thank
Because
you, thank you.
embarking on that kind of course is difficult. I mean, being in being a graduate of BS chemistry is something that not
Yeah,
everybody
not gonna lie, I
could
was quite
handle, right?
stressed out, especially it's more than 11,000 kilometers from
Yeah.
Indonesia, and I was really far from everyone, from my family, my closest friends, and it was difficult at that time with all of the assignments and
Mm.
all the calculations. But then again, I remember my motivation, to study and to learn new experience, hoping to apply them back home.
Mhm.
So that what
Okay.
really drives me.
Okay, so you've just finished your masters, and in the height of COVID, you were actually studying, working on something. Where did Putri Indonesia, where did beauty pageant come in? No, I mean comes in, and I mean I couldn't imagine. So who motivated you, who inspired you, or who prodded you to take a try on joining the Putri Indonesia and eventually won the Putri, or selected as the Putri Indonesia Banten.
Yeah, funny story actually, Sir Dude. So during elementary school, so when I was around 9 or 10 years old, I already watched beauty pageants in television,
Mhm.
so such as Miss Universe, and at that time, yes, Puteri Indonesia, and yeah, at that time, I when I saw those women, they really inspired me, and at the time, I was hoping that I could be one of them in the future because. Maybe as an elementary student, I could only see them okay, inspiring, but when I embark on my journey a few years later, I also see that they're not just women who could, appear in television and look glamorous and beautiful, but they also have a purpose and they have a passion in their life. And that's why through the platform of pageantry, I think I could combine, the best of both worlds, science and then pageantry, and see that women could not be put in a box. They could have any options that they want, and they could pursue their passions in their life. So best of both worlds.
So when was the turning point, or when was the specific time when you told yourself, okay, I'm ready, I'm joining, I'm registering for Putri Indonesia?
Okay, funny story again.
Uh,
Actually, it is literally after I finish my final presentation in UCL. So it was September last year. I think when I saw the social media of Putri Indonesia, I see that they're still opening for the registration. And when I consider my age, okay, I'm already 24, and after 25, they could not accept us as the finalists. So now or never, go big or go home. So at the time, I know that I've prepared my intentions, and I've already finished my master's as well. And I think, yeah, before I committed myself to work full time, I should give it a go. You'll never know if you never try.
so Chrissy, in Putri Indonesia, up to 25 only.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think 25 or 26 most probably.
Very young, no? Because in the pageant it's up to 28, right?
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, maybe
Miss
in
Universe and
each
other.
country, they have different regulations as well, or different
Yeah,
rules.
okay. So it's basically it's innate in you that it's there in your heart, in your system
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
since, no? But you were just waiting for the proper opportunity, the proper time, and then
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I really want to join when I finished my bachelor's degree, Sir Dudes. But yeah, at that time, I still consider myself I'm not
mhm.
fully prepared. I'm not fully ready. I didn't really have the skills to, really represent myself and or my province in the national scale. So I took the time, a few years, to prepare myself. Be it and the soft skills or even the hard skills itself, so that when I come, I'm really ready to represent my province.
Okay. So when before registering, did you have a sit down meeting with your family? Did you ask approval of your mom and your dad? I mean, what transpired prior to
Actually,
your
no,
registration?
not at all, Sir Deuce. It was
Really?
actually just a WhatsApp message to my mom. So it was around 10 or 11 p.m. UK time at the time. And then I messaged my mom, like, Mom, I really want to join Putri Indonesia. I finished my master's, and I think I am prepared. So I think this is the right time as well. And then, there was just the first, I think, point before I prepare everything, for.
Oh, okay. So the reaction of the mom is immediately, of a very supportive stance, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Mhm.
think my mother has a crucial role in my life, especially in education, and even right now for pageantry, because what she always motivates me, to do my best and to
Mhm.
pursue everything, as long as it really motivates me, and it ensures that I could give a positive impact for others.
Okay. So how did you select, or how did you choose your advocacy?
So my advocacy is women in science, and to address the underrepresentation of women in the field of science, technology, engineering, and also mathematics. I think it aligns with my degree right now and with the data that I got. that only 30% of women in Indonesia is represented in the field, I think we could still have more rooms to improve, to increase those numbers, and not only to increase those numbers, but to increase the diversity, and also to, to address the bias that, women cannot work in those fields, or they're too masculine, the field is too masculine. And yeah, that's what drives me to, to voice that in Puteri Indonesia.
So how do you intend to promote that? That advocacy, because this is difficult, no? I mean, for laymen, for common people, it's very difficult to imagine how this advocacy be promoted, and how could this work, things like that.
Yeah. So, Sir Dudes, I always believe that, change always starts with small progress. Big changes starts from small progress. So I'm trying my best, to do it with my own small contribution through my platform, because, as we could see that in Puteri Indonesia, by being a finalist, we could already have an amount of followers, and from that, with the advancement of technology and the usage of social media, I could address those issues and just to share it. And I'm grateful to also have received messages, women, when they say that, okay, Chrissy, I'm also pursuing science. Thank you so much for voicing us, and to say that we are represented in these fields. So those kind of small messages, maybe I could not, voice out 100 people, but, but with this small number of people, I could already see that this changes. So I believe that in the next maybe 10 or 20 or 30 years, if we are consistent with this, we could address those representation issues in the field of science.
Yeah, because your advocacy is also not the usual advocacy that a certain candidate is promoting, right? So it's really rare.
Yeah, specific as well.
Okay, so it's not easy. It's not easy to make it in Puteri Indonesia. I mean, it's like you're entering the hole of a needle. No, it's really very difficult. Could you please navigate us on how you were selected as Puteri Indonesia Banten?
Okay. So actually, formally, we have a registration process, starting with the documents such as our resume, and then even our essay. And this essay should really shows our motivation and our advocacy as well. What kind of message that we want to convey in Puteri Indonesia. And through that, we also have a selection process, and also meeting with the judges. And yeah, I think from that we are selected as the finalists to represent our province. As simple as that, actually.
Okay, so so how did the news how did they break the news to you? That was it given, or was it relayed to you immediately after the interview, or did you wait for a couple of days before you found out that you are the Puteri Indonesia Banten?
So actually, Sir Dudes, after the judging panel or the judging process, we were chosen in each province 3 finalists, and then we also have like the selection process through also voting as well. And then I think after a week, it is announced who will represent the province, in each province.
Okay, where were you when you received the announcement? I would like to capture the moment. Where were you? What were you doing? How did you react? Who you were with?
I was actually at home, Sir Dudes, and I think I was just at my bed, because I'm quite worried of what was the result would be. So I was in my bed and then just waiting for the result. And I didn't really want to see my Instagram at that time, so I leave it to my mom, to announce it to me. So yeah, she was the person who broke the news for me. And then, okay, Chrissy, congrats, you represent Banten in the Puteri Indonesia. I literally cried, and I just called her at that time, Sir Dudes. I called her, and then I was crying. And yeah, at that time I mentioned it to my mom. Mom, I'm going to give my best for Banten and also for Indonesia.
What do you think was the reason or what were the reasons why you were selected over the other finalists in Banten?
Okay. Um, I think I am really humbled enough, to be one of the finalists for even the Banten province, and I believe that each of us have also our motivation and also our background that fits for us to represent Banten province. But I think, with the current pandemic right now, we really need science. And I think to have that representation of women in science in Puteri Indonesia, it will help normalize the conversation regarding those topics, how to recover from this pandemic and how it is important, for us to be aware of the advancement in science and technology. And, with the experience that I had since 2015 as the tourism ambassador of Banten province, I think it really gives me an edge as well, regarding my knowledge and the province, so that I could also help to enhance, the tourism and also to promote what I have in the Banten as well.
Mm. How much support you're getting right now in Banten?
Wow. So the support has been tremendous, Sir Dudes. And, since it will be promoted in your YouTube channel, I really want to say thank you to everyone as well who has supported me, my family, my friends, and even the pageant lovers of Indonesia. Not only those who are in Banten, but all over Indonesia. I have been receiving a lot of support and also feedback on what I could improve to really represent Banten well. So I'm really humbled and grateful for that, Seduce.
Okay, so definitely you are now preparing for a lot of things, trainings, catwalks, physical fitness, a gown preparation, your video, etc. So what do you think is the most difficult, part of your preparation?
I think the most difficult part, and I would say would be the most challenging one, would be to prepare my mindset, I think, Seduce, because I think it is actually the starting point before I prepare everything, all from the public speaking, catwalk, or even the costume that I want to wear during the quarantine, and also the grand final, and I think by having the right mindset, it is actually, could give me a starting point as well, so that I could always be motivated and be consistent in preparing myself. So mindset is the key.
Yeah, you are one of the most articulate women that I've seen competing in Puteri Indonesia.
Oh, thank you,
Where,
sir.
where can you attribute your communicative competence? Has it started since you were in the grade school, in the primary level? And I mean, which school did you attend to? I'm very sure they're very proud of you right now.
Yeah, thank you, Sir Dude. So actually, it is just a private school, and it's still located near my house in Pamulang. In Pamulang, it is actually in Banten province as well. And yeah, I've been receiving messages from my elementary school teacher as well, and they're very proud of me, and they're waiting for me to come back to my school and to give motivations to the current students as well. Yeah, exactly. They're very proud of what I have right now, to represent Banten in Puteri Indonesia.
Okay, that's good, no? I don't think Q and A would be your
No,
your
I'm
problem, right?
actually learning as always. I will still try my best to improve, because
I saw you, some of your video when you were doing the catwalk. You walk like a pro. I mean, did you have previous training, or it was innate on you that you were trying to practice on your own before? Because it's very natural, very graceful. Your turn. How would you explain that? Because it looks
okay.
like as if you've been doing it for quite some time, no?
Okay, so it's actually very interesting. One of the factors maybe because I've watched pageants since elementary school, so when I see the ladies on their preliminaries, maybe at that time I'm already trying, to pose and then to walk and then to see their facial expressions. But other than that, I've always loved sports and dance. So maybe when it comes to physical movements or physical activities, I really love it. And yeah, I think doing the passerella really gives me a moment and time to express myself and to let out my personality. So that's why I love passerella.
Yeah, yeah, you walk amazingly. So how tall are you? I haven't met you in person, right?
Yeah, we haven't met each
I'm
other,
curious to
so
know how
dudes.
tall Chrissy is.
Yeah, I am 170 centimeters. I think that's yeah, I think it's maybe not really that tall, but I'm proud with my height. I am proudly standing for what I am right now, and I'm confident with my height as well.
Exactly. And yeah. What are some of the, what are you hands on in terms of, choosing for the gowns that you're going to wear, the national costume, the video recording of your intro video? Do you have a say? Do you really involve yourself into these things?
Yeah, sure, so dudes, especially when it comes to maybe we could start from video profile. I think with the video profile, it is only 2 minutes, but it should really represents who I am. And not only that, but also my province, my family, my background, and also um my what my motivation and intentions in joining Puteri Indonesia. So I should really be the ultimate person who is doing the majority of the work, such as the
Oh,
concept and then the script, so I could
oh my
convey it
gosh,
to
that's
the
good.
team of the videographers. And I think that is also what I'm working on the gowns as well, because I should really convey it through um, the Banten motifs and the gown. So, to incorporate those in the gowns, I should really be hands-on fully on that service.
Wow, amazing. No, because not everybody could, be hands-on, right? They get a team, they get somebody to take care of the gown, somebody to take care of national costume, etc., etc. No, but that's so
Yeah, with the
good.
help of my mom as well, actually,
Yeah.
virtually.
Yeah, that's good. No, that's good to know. So what's the reaction of your siblings or brothers, knowing that their sister is the Putri Indonesia Banten?
To be honest, maybe because my brother didn't really follow pageantry, so he was proud. But then, okay, you're just my sister. You're still my sister. But nothing's gonna change that. So actually,
And I think they're young. I mean,
because they're young, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Okay. How about your dad? I mean, where does he come into the picture?
No, my dad, okay. This is actually an interesting story to tell as well. So actually my dad didn't really, approve, for me
Oh,
to follow
really?
into pageantry. Yeah, yeah. So after I graduate, actually, he wished that I could, pursue work and then career. But, when into this process, I think he's seeing the tenacity of Chrissy. He's seeing, that his daughter is really 100 or even 1000% in this, and with the message that I bring, regarding the representation of women and the STEM field, he really sees that I am really into this. So I think he's changed right now, so
Mhm.
he's really supporting me 100%. So my father and my mother are really supportive, and I'm really really grateful for
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So, what do you? I mean, do you have any preferred title? I mean, are you eyeing on a particular title? Like, because if you ask, even in other countries, no, if they ask, oh, which title you want to achieve, they said Miss Universe, Miss International, Miss Supra. For you, personal, of course, if they will give you or crown you a title, of course, who are you to say no to that, right? But then,
Yeah.
of course, personally, we have some preference or preferred title, no, if you will be given the chance. Which one do you want to
Yeah, so good. So
get?
actually, what you have mentioned before, no, I really agree with that. I even to represent Banten province, I am already grateful and already humbled for that
Yeah.
opportunity. And I'm going to leave it to the organization to choose or to see what kind of international competitions that really suits my personality.
Mm,
But if I really have to choose, I'm going to choose Miss Universe
mm,
because as what they stands for, confidently beautiful women, that we are women, we are beautiful as
mm.
long as we're confident and
Yeah.
whatever that we do, whatever we about, and what really drives us in life. So Miss Universe, I think, I could really see
Mm.
myself in there,
Okay,
hopefully.
Chris, what is the number one product of Banten that you want to promote? Mm,
So regarding my province, Banten, I really want to promote that we actually have already started in promoting an event regarding science and technology itself. And it is actually already a competition that is held in the elementary, junior, and senior high school of Banten province. And not many people know about that. So actually what Banten province already have right now regarding raising the awareness in science and technology is actually what I really want to promote as well. That we already have this kind of event, and I do hope that the other provinces or even the national scale of Indonesia could also work on this competitions as well.
wow, okay. So you're very articulate no in English, but and let's face it, not everybody in Indonesia is not known to be an English speaking country, right? No, so do you think uh English should be, integrated or should be made mandatory in even in the government school? What's your thought? What are your thoughts about it?
Okay. So to me, Sir Dudes, I think English is still widely used right now, and it is a global language. And I
Mm,
think we have studied it, from kindergarten until right now, and universities as well. And I think to have it on being regulated in the school
mm,
curriculum, I think it is important because communication skills really helps us in life, and especially with the usage of English. But again, English is not, the number one language that we must learn,
mm,
but to know the command to use it, I think it will be helpful for us for further in life, be it in careers or
mm.
even in pageantry like this.
Okay. Okay, in Puteri Indonesia, there is a talent competition. Is it required for all of you to join the talent or it's your choice?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it is mandatory for us finalists. So we 45 finalists must prepare for the talent competition, and I think it is we're free to choose what kind of talent that we want to show in the talent competition.
Okay, so may we know what talent you are thinking of presenting?
Have you guessed it, Sir Dudes?
No, no, because I think you could explore a lot, but uh, if you are multi-talented, of course you have to think of the best way where you could highlight, those talents.
Yeah, yeah. I think it would be a surprise what kind
Yeah,
of talent that I want,
let's not
to
reveal it
perform.
first, no, so that
Yes,
others
yes,
will
yes.
really
So
be
just wait.
amazed.
Just
Okay.
wait, just wait.
Yeah. Do you have any what do you call this? Um a beauty queen you look up to, a beauty queen whether locally or internationally, a beauty queen that you are using as an inspiration to your
Mm,
journey.
yeah. So a beauty queen that really inspired me right now is actually I'm following her on Instagram as well. She is Anindya Kusuma Putri. She is Putri Indonesia 2015, and she represented Indonesia in Miss Universe 2015. I actually admire her because if you look at her Instagram, she's actually quite tomboy and masculine. She really liked sports as well, and riding motorcycles. And maybe people would see it, that's not really like how a lady or woman should behave, that's not really a hobby that is, maybe, a lot of women would like it or see it. But when I see her, she's really pursuing what really sets her soul on fire. And that's what makes her Putri Indonesia 2015. And of course, she's placed as well in Miss Universe. And I
Mm,
think that's what her story is about as well, to be who you are, and,
mm.
not to think what other people think of you, as long as it really sets your soul on fire and you could really make a positive impact on others. No?
Oh, okay, so she's a batchmate of Pia works back.
Oh, yeah, yeah, sure. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, works back.
Korean.
So
I
you
have,
remember because Miss
yeah,
Universe 2015.
yeah, no. That's amazing. I have to check the 2015 Miss Universe so that because I miss her out. No, I mean because probably I was focused
Ah.
on Pia that time. No, so
No worries, no worries, Sir Dukes. But
mm,
yeah, I still follow her on Instagram. I think I already followed her since 2015, since she
mm.
was chosen. No, because she
What
just okay.
Chrissy, what do you think is the number one problem of Indonesia at this point?
Okay. I think um, the number one problem. Although I think we are also advancing right now, we could see that Indonesia has become the host country for the MotoGP in Mandalika, and also we are also hosting the G20 for this year. I
Mm,
think we could still also work on our mental,
mm,
um, not only just mental health, but with what our President Joko Widodo has voiced out regarding revolusi mental or mental revolution. I think we could start working on that, because I think what I have mentioned before, what was challenging for me was to prepare my mindset for Putri Indonesia. And I think that's what we are facing right now, to change our mindset so that we could work on contributing towards our society,
mm.
and contributing towards what we can do to make a difference, starting by ourselves.
Okay, wow, amazing. So, Chrissy, you're very fluent in English, right? Can we say the same thing in terms of Bahasa Indonesia? Are you also very proficient speaking your own
Well,
language?
I think
Mm. No,
it
because
is.
not everybody could be very fluent, no. Sometimes there are because, like for example, I have so many students right now that they speak English fluently. It's like breathing for them. But then once
Really.
they speak Bahasa, they struggle. They get very low scores in Bahasa Indonesia, things like that. So how's on your end?
Yeah, Bahasa Indonesia is my mother tongue. So I think I hope that I could, speak Bahasa Indonesia really well. But I think what we Indonesians have is that as long as we could convey the message properly, although we have maybe some miss here and there in our, daily communication or daily usage of Bahasa Indonesia, I think it's really okay.
Wow. Okay. So now that you are the Putri Indonesia Banten, definitely uh, you have a much bigger responsibility, right? You could no longer. What are some of the things that change when you were crowned as Putri Indonesia Banten? Because you couldn't do the usual things that you're doing anymore, right? Because I mean, you have some sort of responsibilities, and then you have to be watchful of your actions, your words, what you post in the Instagram. I mean, how does it affect you as a person?
Mm. So, Sadusia, I really realized, being a Putri Indonesia, or even just a finalist in our province, it is not easy, and we have a responsibility to be a role model and
Mm,
to be, someone that people could look up to. And yes, of course, after being crowned as Putri Indonesia Banten, I really took care of my social media as well, to see what I could post or what I could not post, and to ensure that anything that I post on social media could really give an impact for others, or to voice out something that I really concerned about. And other than that, maybe regarding the time with my family, because usually on the weekend would maybe go out, maybe just to the mall or to eat outside. But maybe right now with the tight schedule that I have, I must do the trainings or even any events with the government as well. So, I'm trying my best to also balance the time between my family and my
Mm.
responsibilities as Putri Indonesia.
Okay, so fast forward, how do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Oh, okay. 5 years from now, maybe if I could, I already have my own family. Maybe I would be married. Who knows? I would be married, to the love of my life.
Mm.
Or even maybe as what I have mentioned before, I would pursue my PhD as well, Sir Dudes, and maybe to pursue it again abroad because my department has also given me the opportunity if I really want to pursue in my department again. So yeah, that would be myself in 5 years.
Mhm. What type of a person is Chrissy? Is she the silent type? Is she the bubbly type? Is she an irritable type? What? Could you because of course, as a Putri Indonesia, you are of course showing somehow you're trying to project something, no, for you to become role model, but people look at you as inspiration, as an influencer, but what's the lighter side of a crazy?
Oh, the other side of
Other
Chrissy.
side. Mm.
Okay, the other side of Chrissy, I really love to laugh, and not only just to laugh, but LOL, laugh out loud. So I would I would easily laugh, even if it's not funny, but I would really laugh. So,
Yeah.
so I'm
Mm.
the type of a bubbly person. But when I become coach in Indonesia, I'm trying to, also balance myself,
Yeah.
with
Mm.
my bubbly side and also, with a toned down version of Chrissy. But that's definitely I'm not changing myself. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
trying, yeah, I'm just trying, to adjust myself and to
yeah.
also know the situations of where
Mm.
I could exude my personality and where I could tone it down a little bit, like that.
Wow. Okay. So now, Chrissy, I will be giving you a 1 minute, to speak your message, okay, to the whole of Indonesia.
1 minute, sir, dudes.
Yes.
One
Our
minute.
1 minute starts now.
Oh, no, it's like a Q&A in pageant.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Deuce, for the opportunity. And again, I am really humbled, and I would like to also say thank you to Yayasan Putri Indonesia and Mustika Ratu for giving Chrissy the opportunity to be Putri Indonesia Banten 2022. And of course, it is going to be a title that will last a lifetime, and I'm going to ensure that I could, do my reign properly as Putri Indonesia Banten. And hopefully, if I were chosen as Putri Indonesia, I could raise the awareness regarding the issue of the underrepresentation of women in science, and to ensure that each of you who are seeing this right now, that you have to believe in yourself, because you are the most valuable asset of your life, and you should invest in yourself. Always remember your worth and that you are unique, and know that you could change the world or even change the universe if you could. So start with believing yourself.
Wow. Okay. Now, we have to you have to thank some people because I know a lot of people are helping you in your journey. So let's start with your family. What do you want to say to your family? Mm.
Well, to my family, I really want to say thank you, and thank you for helping and supporting Chrissy, especially in this preparation of Putri Indonesia. I may not be at my best at times as well, or I may not be performing at my best at times, but know that I will always try my best, and to ensure that I could make my family proud. And no, that's what I really want to say to them right now.
Okay. Ever since I met you, Chrissy, I haven't heard you speaking in Bahasa Indonesia.
Oh,
Now, I want you to to say or to give your message to the Indonesians, ask them to support you, ask them to thank them, whatever, in Bahasa Indonesia.
okay. In
Oh,
Bahasa Indonesia,
yeah, okay, ladies and gentlemen, Chrissy.
Chrissy. Terima kasih untuk teman-teman pageant lovers yang saat ini sedang menonton channel Sir Dudes. Saat ini saya juga ingin berterima kasih kepada keluarga saya karena terus sudah mendukung saya di dalam pemilihan Putri Indonesia 2022 ini. Saya baru saja akan memulai perjalanan ini dan saya sudah sangat bersyukur atas dukungan yang boleh kalian semua berikan. Terutama untuk teman-teman pemuda, selalu percaya pada diri kalian dan ingat bahwa kalian adalah satu-satunya orang yang akan mengenal diri kalian. Jadi selalu percaya pada diri kalian, selalu gali potensi dan wujudkan mimpi kalian.
Wow, it sounds so smooth, no? I mean, you're very fluent in both languages, no?
Thank you,
You're
Curtis.
really so articulate. So, Chrissy, I would like to take this opportunity of thanking you, no? Because, I know you will be very, very busy. And the purpose and the reason why I want you to be, I want to interview you is because I want the people to know who really you are and how articulate you are. I mean,
Thank you,
how good
Curtis.
you are, how confident you are as a woman, how smart you are. And I think with this interview, people will have more opportunity to know, oh, Chrissy is really, I mean, it's like a confirmation. People already know that, Chrissy is very good in English. Chrissy is smart. Chrissy is beautiful and all. But then with the way you answered all my questions right now, they're random. It's unprepared. It's not
Yeah, it's
scripted.
unprepared.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think
Disclaimer, I haven't really prepared anything for this.
yeah.
Even I just finished my breakfast and then Sir Dudes mentioned I have to do this interview. So this is the best that I could give, but
Yeah.
hopefully it answers your
Yeah,
questions.
you're so amazing. You answered. I mean, you exceeded the expectations. No, I mean, you're really very good, and I think that's one of your strengths. No,
Thank you,
in
Sir
the beauty
Dudes.
pageant arena, and I'm wishing you all the best. I hope you would clinch the crown, one of
Thank
the
you, Sir
crowns,
Dudes.
and
Thank you so much for your
just
guidance as well, Sir
yeah,
Dudes.
just focus, Chrissy, because you're on the right track, and people love you. Especially, the good thing about you, Chrissy, is that the more you speak, the more people love you. I mean, you're so
Oh.
engaging. I mean, your personality is very captivating, and that is one of your strengths that you have to keep. All right,
Okay.
and
Okay, Sir
be
Dudes.
authentic, be genuine, because you are really, and you speak from the heart. You don't fake your answers. I mean, because
I
it's
haven't
been
really prepared.
being in the pageant coaching for quite some time. I know whether a candidate is faking the answers or not. But then for you, you're just simply natural, right?
Thank you, Sir Dudes.
So,
Thank
ladies and
you.
gentlemen, let's support our Puteri Indonesia Banten 2022 Chrissy.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Thank you,
Sir Dudes. Thank you,
Chrissy.
everyone.
Okay.